What is going on, Rivian fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to give you a good summary of what the data points are currently saying, go over some of the latest updates, and from here where I see things going. So I'm going to go over all that. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And with that, let's get right to it. So based on Friday, there was a lot of optimism, not necessarily just with Rivian, but the broader market. But still, it did get back above the $15 mark, which in general is fairly good, especially more so looking at some of the fib levels right here. $15 is that R1, so it was a very strong resistance level. So the fact it did get over that fairly easily is a very good indication that potentially you could see that $15.97 coming very, very soon. And looking right now, Stochastic is currently at 60, so it's not extremely overbought right now, but it is getting up there. You do see a nice bullish sentiment behind the scenes. Number of retail investors is just been getting in, so anything above 0 does show new buyers are getting in on a daily basis. So for a while now, a lot of people have been seeing obviously Rivian at a significant discount, and clearly enough so that they've been buying. And why not, right? Especially based on their Q1 earnings, it was absolutely solid, and especially their optimism and the fact that they did signal that they have a huge amount of demand is definitely a nice change of events from what we've been hearing from a lot of other EVs. So definitely Rivian is very well positioned. There's a lot of articles. I'm not here to say that, for instance, Rivian is a risk-free investment, as what even states right here. It is burning through quite a lot of cash, but it is making significant improvements, especially more so as well. They did signal once again that by 2024, they actually intend on being profitable. And if they do continue the same growth that they've been on a quarter-by-quarter basis, it does kind of logically make sense. But there was some positive things that did come out, one of which was this. So it kind of gave a little bit more of a sneak peek of their R2 SUV. Even though it is set for release in 2026, it still was some fairly good updates. And then there was this that also came out on the 26th, just more of a reiteration once again on their fireside chat that is coming up on June the 15th at 2:20, and that is with Deutsche Bank through their Global Auto Industry Conference, or for that. So I think in general that's going to be another good thing. Usually fireside chats, especially in Rivian's case, usually results in a little bit more confirmation of them moving in the right direction. That's just my own interpretation, not a financial advisor. Of course, you guys always do your own due diligence. A couple other fun facts that I did see was 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧 on Twitter did post this. So Rivian itself looks like did register themselves in Saudi Arabia. So of course, Saudi Arabia is huge for EVs, especially part of their 2030 vision. So the fact that they did register in Saudi Arabia is a very positive sign, especially if you do, for instance, look at their infrastructure. So the 2030 vision and the Saudi Arabia infrastructure has been having so much money pumped into it to ensure all these EVs, whether it be Lucid, 𝗖𝗢𝗡, or potentially now even Rivian, are all going to succeed. So definitely they're hitting another very good market that is just going to explode for EVs. So definitely they are chasing the right market, but as of Friday, there was no SEC filings, last being the 10Q, but there was some press releases that I already covered. On a side note, if you're looking for a lot of good compiled information, financials, earnings, transcripts, take a look at Seeking Alpha, link in the description below, and also the comments for a 7-day free trial. So highly recommend you guys taking advantage of that because it is very good and has a lot of good information. But still, moving on from that, I'll give you guys a quick overview of, for instance, what happened on Friday with options. So Friday, there was $7.63 million in call premiums versus $2.07 million in put premiums. So very much oriented towards calls, insinuating that upside is anticipated. And that's a nice change of events, especially the weeks prior. Even though the stock price was going up, the options activity did signal that it was a little bit more evenly divided, of course. So I think in general, that's a pretty good thing. As far as specific options activity though, you see all the expiry dates, all the strike prices, everything else. So it does indicate that by July, give or take, it should be around the 1550 consistently, if not higher. But when it comes down to options activity, whether it be intraday or any of this, that is just merely a sentiment. It doesn't necessarily necessarily move the stock price. So once again, it's just one of those things. It's good to know. And looking here, so this is pretty significant. So I'll make this a little bit larger. You do see all the big transactions that have been occurring. So you see the bid, the ask, the price. Majority of these transactions that did occur on Friday and over the last several days prior to that have all been buys. So you see 1.33 million, 1.12 million, 2.5, 18 million, and this 18 million, for instance, on a Friday after hours is significant. So again, that might mean some big institution getting in. I'm not sure. I'll leave it up to you guys to make that determination ultimately, but it is even over the ask. So clearly someone was very desperate to get in. 1.97 million, 1.48 million. There is a lot of big money that is consistently getting into Rivian. And it's kind of sad because when this was at 12, there was a ton of people just were like, oh, this is garbage, blah, blah, blah. It's those investors that are able to see past the short-term price actions and see true value. That is where you make a lot of money. And for instance, those individuals like myself that did buy in at the $12 range, I'm happy. I can care less what people say about Rivian right now because I know based on, for instance, even the Q1 earnings that just reconfirmed that they are going to be a very, very big force to be reckoned with. And that's not even factoring in any Saudi benefit from that. But of course, let me know you guys' thoughts on that. Technicals are looking fairly good. If it does continue to go up, it most likely will bounce off of this 1597, consolidate a little bit, and then try again because that would cause stochastic to be very overbought. So that might be something to potentially realize, at least in the short term, that it might touch the $16 range, but it might consolidate a little bit at that when that does come. So again, that's just my predictions for at least a short term for Rivian, but no matter what, like I've said, Rivian is a long-term investment. Clearly everything I've indicated in this video does validate that. And over and above that, on a side note, I just wanted to bring this up because this should give Rivian a nice boost up, but it looks like they came to a tentative agreement as far as the debt ceiling. So definitely that's caused a lot of stocks in among itself to go down almost around 15%. So you should see a nice little bit more of a bump up because of that. And when it comes down to obviously shorts, I'll give you guys a quick overview of what shorts are with Rivian right now and what they did on Friday. And the reason why I'm bringing up shorts is because I think they are one of the biggest factors why they caused the market to go down. They realized and they took advantage of the whole debt ceiling fear and they kind of were suppressing it. So again, I'll give you guys a quick overview. The reason why I'm bringing this up, not necessarily because it's going to be a short squeeze or anything like that, it's just merely a sentiment as well, or a benchmark. Short score is currently 63, utilization is 33%, so that's fairly low already. Cost to borrow is just pennies, so 1.3%, and that's an annual basis. But on Friday, despite it closing green, you do see that shorts did increase 232.19 thousand shares. 12.46% of the free float is being shorted, and that works out to be around 76.44 million shares overall being shorted. So with this news, you're going to have a lot of shorts on edge and most likely closing out their position on kind of a lot of their stocks in general starting on Tuesday when the market does reopen. So once again, let me know you guys' thoughts on all of that in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. Hopefully everyone's having an amazing long weekend. If you guys are doing anything fun, interesting, let me know in the comments below. But take advantage of this as well with Moomoo. Link in the description below and also the comments. Sign up for a free account, you get one free stock. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So complete no-brainer in my opinion. So take advantage of that while you can. And again, this is only for May. So with that said, I appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on Rivian.